Hello, everyone. This is Daniel, and well, to sum things up, this is what exactly happened. Now, first, I am going to talk to you about a dream. Well, exactly the dream I had. And then the the I'm going to talk about the dream I had first, and then I'm going to be talking to you about what that dream really means, or the interpretation what the dream really means. So first, the dream started off with me going to church, but this was a rather interesting church. It was celebrating trunk or treat, and it was bad and satanic. And then I saw myself as the Grim Reaper. And don't go away just yet. This gets interesting. So I saw myself as the Grim Reaper. And this is not Halloween. Don't worry. And when I saw myself as the Grim Reaper, I had this skull as the eye right here, and it was like a angry eyes. And that just I'll interpret it later on. But basically, then I came out of it, and I was gonna clean up the soot from the chimney walls. It just means I am cleaning up after the mess I made, and I had a job about it. Then basically, I was planting plants that were, dying and poisonous. The first thing I was doing was cleaning up the soot, but it was poisonous. So I slept for a while, and that's the important part. I slept for a while, but then I woke up to the stuff being clean. As you can see, that I was, and another thing that's very important. It was voluntary. This whole thing was voluntary. I was, you know, basically, that my mother or my God, um, basically said, "Oh, there's a soot on the chimney, and I'm gonna clean it up for you." And I was saying, "Oh, I can do this by myself." And he said, "Okay, you can do this. It's gonna be hard, but okay, I'm gonna let you do it," or something like that. And then later on, I was playing plants that were dying and also very poisonous. So I had to plant some sage. And you know what sage is for some people. I'll explain later. And the sage I was planting was turning into a huge amount of plants that were not like weeds, but something to eat. So first it was poisonous sage, and then it was something to eat. Much later on after I lived. So anyway, let's get to the point. So I first came into a church. This is the church. This right here is the church. Then the Grim Reaper means death. Death in the physical and the spiritual. And I was very angry. And let me tell you that this is afterwards I saw people that were in hell, and that's after I see people in hell. Yes, I will be saying hell for a moment or for a time or times, wherever it is. I'll be seeing hell for a moment or some time. And after I see that, I'll be very angry about not myself nor or anything else. Like I'll be angry at the people that are not repenting or not repenting, because that vision will scar me, because it's not a vision, but more like what I see will scar me, and I'll be angry for the people that are not repenting because I don't know them. Because I will know what hell's like. I already do, but I'll know a lot more about hell than anything else. Anyone that any of my time else, I'll more I'll know a lot more about hell than any time in my whole entire past. I'll know more about hell than most people. And the thing is, when you know a lot about hell and you see people in hell, and the fact that they thought they knew God, and the way they behaved will make you very angry at yourself and for the other people. Then the suit is, I mean, it's basically me going to hell, basically voluntary. Means me cleaning up the whole mess I made for whatever reason. Whether it be you guys or anyone else or the whole entire YouTube spectrum, I'll be seeing that as a clean up the soot after yourself. And me sleeping means I'll be pretty much dead. Yes, you heard me right. I'll be pretty much dead, and I'll clean up the whole mess just by dying by myself. Most of the mess I was cleaning up, I did not see, but I did go to sleep, and then I woke up and I realized, wow, everything's practically gone. Most of the stuff I'm cleaning up now will not come from this type of video. I've basically successfully, I believe, had like 25,000 views, and I've only had like I would say 15 to 10,000 people visit my YouTube page. Most of them unsaved, but most of that mess will come from whatever I saw in hell. So this is gonna be some sort of really scarring moment I've seen in hell. People are gonna believe, and most people are not gonna believe. But that's it. It means desolation that I cleaned up. So whatever I saw means spiritual death and suit I cleaned up. That's another important part, and I cleaned it up while sleeping. So yes, I will be seeing hell. That is an absolute. And the poisonous plants, well, what does that mean? Well, it does something about what I said yesterday. It came from bitterness. And I said some bitter words to a certain pastor. And I'm not going to name his name because he's innocent by Jesus. So he's one of those people that I don't want to put down. But I did say some demeaning words that I saw that I watched certain things and it's not good. You know, I don't want to mean anyone. And that was an appropriate time for a pastor to see that. So anyway, and then that was the poisonous part for me cleaning it. Well, because of what I said, I'll be seeing hell. Or that one sin is the reason why I'm seeing hell. And it's probably going to be a long time. You know. So, yeah. So there's also going to be other poisonous plants that I'm going to have to be getting rid of. I don't fall asleep doing that. And I'll be getting rid of the poisonous plants, but instead planting in other plants that are growing to become sage, because this is all about people, doing witchcraft and other things like that, abominations, I think most people I'm going to be saving are people that do witchcraft. They will know a lot about that. And the reason why I'm saving people is because of the witches and wizards that point things out, but you won't know about it. Trust me, you won't. And the final point I'm going to make is they're all going to grow before I even see it grow. So, there's going to be a lot of plants planted. And sage, I'm going to do it by branches. There's a lot of branches in sage. Since I have a lot of lots of trees planted right now, that means I'm going to have a whole bunch more. That video is probably going to get several thousand views. And then I might as well just become popular and get over 100,000 views on my channel. And then some. This is not about views, guys. This is about me just helping you guys. I voluntarily saw hell just because and this is me in the future from this video. I did this because I care for you guys. Some people saw heaven. That's great. That's just to comfort people. But this is realization. I want to be strict. I mean, I want you to know that this is a scary topic for many of you. I don't want to give you fear, but I want to give you. I want you to realize the scope of these things. That hell is real, and that I wasn't just imagining it. This is my realized spot about hell, and things that plant the seeds in the sower. From this point on, the sower is going to plant seeds. It's the wizards. I'm going to be asleep for the most of this part, and that's hell. I will be in hell for this. And honestly, I don't know how many views it's going to be, but the scope of this is, I mean, if it's just okay, let's say this is my finger. That's how much of the screen you see right now. This is how much I cleaned. This is for one fireplace, and for another, and for a third. I only cleaned this one finger. This whole entire screen is everything else that I cleaned when I was asleep. As you can see, the one that I have is what do you do when you see these things happening? I'm going to say in this other video, I'm going to look it up. See this video. See the proof of this. And then you shall be saved. Because hell's real. Unless you're thinking, well, that cannot happen. Okay. I'll be showing you more creatures I saw. And I might even just as well be mapping out the whole section that was in. Then what do you say? I'm delusional? I don't sound it. Then you say, well, if you don't sound delusional, then if you really see all this part of the hell, then did you really go to hell? This looks like it, doesn't it? Remember, I'm not doing this to scare you guys, but I'm doing this to try to help you guys. Because hell's a definite for those that do not believe in Jesus Christ. And for this video and the other video, maybe possibly, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you right now. It is admitting that you're a sinner. And that by seeing hell, you're going to say, oh, wow, all the things I've done in hell, all the things I've done, I deserve for hell. And then admitting you're a sinner and then believing on the cross and Jesus Christ alone in the story. The fact that he was born from a virgin, Mary, that he was born from a virgin that did not have any intercourse with anyone else, believe upon that part, and then believe that he was perfect and came in the flesh. He was not a spirit or had a halo. He was just a flesh. And then believe that he died on the cross as a perfect man. Because as the cross says, it's like, as the law says, anyone that is hung by the tree and dies on it is accursed. So, in that regard, that just means that he was just accursed. So, in that regard, he just had all sin flowing inside of him, but when he died, sin entered the grave. And the veil was torn. It caused the earthquake to happen. And souls were souls were freed, and that was just him causing an earthquake to free the souls from Abraham's bosom next to hell. And that just means, that Jesus died for us and was redeemed and risen on the third day from he was risen on the third day after he was crucified. And then, then believe in the Holy. I mean, after that, call upon the name of Jesus. Call upon his on the name of Jesus to call upon his name to say, Lord, have mercy on me. Tell him that you want his mercy upon you, and that you want to be sanctified and glorified, to be with him, because you know that you're a sinner and that you cannot save yourself. Have mercy on me. Once you call upon the name of the Lord Jesus, and you truly believe, and then after that you're changed by bit, you're really saved. That you're truly saved. That just means that this is how you get saved. I mean, that just means that you're going to see heaven, and you're not going to see hell. But for me, I'll be sleeping and then seeing hell. Who knows what this all means, but God does. And by my interpretation, it means real death before bitterness, before people change. The set is desolation, cut off from God. I cleaned that. It's no longer there. So, you'll believe after I've seen hell. And hopefully that clears things up, okay? All right, I'll be done now, okay? Bye.